this 2021 birthday really sucks. In terms of I cannot even treat myself with a travel. But I still find ways to make this day special, so I'm having a staycation here in the View Sydney, having the view of Sydney for my birthday. Now, why is it important or what is the essence of treating yourself on your birthday? Let me give my 2 cents on that in this vlog. For me, since my sister finished her studies, I gained financial freedom. Wala nang binabayarang tuition fees. So back then, with my earnings, I was thinking, why not treat myself? It took me a lot of courage to finally travel solo. But I fell in love with it. So my first solo trip began in 2017 in Europe. And in 2018, I was very blessed to go and have an amazing trip in the United States of America. And in 2019, on my 40th birthday, I went to South America to celebrate my 4th decade.
Exactly on my birthday. Dream come true. Estoy aquí, Montserrat. Me llamo es Benjamín. Bienvenido a Barcelona. In Switzerland, top of Europe, your favorite. Oh, grabe. I wish I could have stayed longer. Switzerland, we're the best. On my birthday, here in the Hallowell system.
Ko to visit the 7 continents of the world. But wait! Baka iniisip nyo sobrang yaman ko dahil nakaka-travel ako almost around the world. No! Let me share to you ano ba mga diskarte na ginawa ko sa mga solo travels ko at ano ang mga tips na pwede ko mabigay sa inyo in case nag-iisip kayong mag-solo travel. Hi guys! Welcome back to Bench There. Oh, how I miss traveling. Traveling itself is so beneficial for all of us because it simply expands our horizons and makes us realize the importance of knowing other environments and not living in one place all the time. Traveling on your own has also great advantages for you, and you don't need to spend a lot to do this. Ito ang mga sikreto ko kung paano ko nakatipid sa mga solo trips ko, and some tips on solo traveling. Number 1, build connections. Sometimes you meet someone that exposes you to big discounts. I was so lucky back in 2017 because I met a friend who knows someone who is a friend of someone employed in an airline company. So I have a very good discount back in 2017, and that's the secret for my Europe trip. I only paid $125 instead of $1,700. And take note, business class pa ito. Sadly, that employee discount ended that year. Number 2, flight or travel points. If you really know how to handle your credit cards, you can maximize it by converting the points you earn on your purchases into travel points. So I'm using my credit card for a very long time and I've earned a lot of points there. And that's the secret I did when I went to the USA. I used my travel points and paid only $140 sa dapat $1,200 na airline fare. I think the only trip na napagastos ako was yung South America. But for me, I was turning a new decade in my life. It was my 40th. Binawi ko naman ng South America sa accommodation. Number 3, spend less sa accommodation. Ako pag nasa travel, hindi ako napipirme sa lugar na tinutuluyan ko. Gusto ko gumala kasi it's my first time discovering a new place. Gusto kong mag-explore. So if you will see my itinerary, most of my accommodations are hostels. Yung 4 o 6 kayo sa isang kwarto. Ang saya kaya, you're living with strangers. And remember, number 1, building your connections. Ang only problem lang dito is kung may issue ka sa mga naghihilig or kung may malaking issue ka na makisama sa kwarto kasama ng mga hindi mo kakilala. But for me, I don't mind. Lagi kasi ako nasa labas. I usually wake up in the morning and then go home late exploring. This leads me to tip number 4. Spend more sa experience. Since solo travel ka, the only way for you to safely experience new things in a different place is by getting tours. So dito talaga ako gumagastos. Kasi ito talaga yung pinunta mo sa isang lugar eh. Yung makilala yung culture nila, yung makita ang mga sceneries na hindi mo nakikita sa lugar kung nasan ka. Tours are just easy as they pick you up from your accommodation, bring you to the experience, and then drop you off to your accommodations. Number 5, do an itinerary document. So usually gumagawa ko ng isang calendar document and then I put per day the activities I need to do, the flights I need to do. This is important especially if you're traveling to different time zones. It's easier for me to have a reference what time is my flight tomorrow, what time do I arrive the next day, ano yung mga pwede kong magawa or gagawin ko for the next day, at gusto kong makita para maset ko yung sarili ko doon sa activity na yun. In this document, I usually add the flight details or flight code, how many hours is the flight, how many kilos is my baggage, the booking reference of my hostels and tours, maps, at kung ano-ano pang information na pwede mo malagay. Kasi you are traveling in a different country. So once you arrive, you don't have internet data yet. Unless you activate your roaming, which is for me quite pointless if you just need all this information for your trip. You can basically make a document and save it on your phone. Nakatipid ka pa ng data. Number 6, do your pre-travel necessities ahead of time. If you are traveling to a country na kailangan ng visa, especially for us Filipinos, you need to schedule your visa appointment ahead of time. Kasi if may kailangan ka pang gawin para makuha yung visa, you have enough time to do so. Also, if you need vaccine shots like what I did in South America, you should do this ahead of time para alam mo kung may side effects sa iyo yung shots at maagapan habang nasa bansa mo pa ikaw. Number 7, do a hand carry on your way there. So I usually travel in one hand carry bag and a small bag to put my phone, my wallet, my cameras, and all the important documents like my passport in there. But because mapapa-shopping ka talaga sa trip mo, so hindi mo maiiwasan madagdagan ng mga dala mo pabalik. So I usually purchase a baggage allowance on my way back. Number 8, take memories. So since you are not usually in the country that you are traveling, take as much photos and videos as you can. Ako, I'm not a big fan of selfies because it doesn't give justice to the place that I'm in. So usually I take half or full body pictures with the scenery as my background. But I'm doing solo traveling. How do I do that? Easy. Use a tripod. There are a lot of lightweight tripods nowadays that you can bring on your trip. But if in case on your tour or on the place that you are in, you cannot set up a tripod, ask your tour guide or ask someone from the tour to take your photos. But if you're walking alone and you're not in a tour, you can find someone but make sure na kaya mong habulin yun in case snatcher siya. Well, those are my tips when doing solo traveling. And I hope kahit papano may takeaway kayo sa video na to. And let me just reiterate the essence of solo traveling. For me, when I started traveling on my own, it made me know myself more. It took me out of my comfort zone. I found it really way cheaper. It permits you to build new connections. It allows you to take routes or do things that you want to do without considering another person in your trip. It gives you the learning to rely on yourself, which then boosts your self-confidence that eventually leads to self-love. I truly suggest that even once in your life, try solo traveling. It is an experience very beneficial for your well-being. Salamat guys. Thank you for watching this video and I'll see you on our next solo travel.